Hey y'all. I know. We'll talk about it later, but hi. It's me, Sherelle. If you're new to my channel with Fashionerily, I run a fashion and lifestyle blog where I just talk about my life as a fashion designer in New York City, and a lot of things have changed, such as career changes, and I just wanted to talk about that today. So from the title of the video, you probably see that I graduated from a software engineering boot camp. Well, it was an immersive, but some people can say it's a boot camp. Now, I just want to talk about my experience because I feel like my experience is very unique to some of the videos that I saw around on YouTube. So I felt like maybe this could help someone else. So to just give some type of background, because I feel like this would have helped me a lot more if I knew the background of others. So maybe this will help someone else. So my background, I am a 33-year-old single female, and I have one child. And I feel like that will help someone that's trying to change careers to understand if maybe someone else has gone through this and what their experience would be like. It may help them or influence their decision. I did not see anyone when I would go on YouTube to try to figure out who's done this before. I didn't see anyone like me. And so I'm sure there were people out there like me. I just didn't know based on their video, hey, do they have children? How old are they? Are they in their 30s? Is this a career switch? It just seems like everyone was younger and this was their first job or something like that. So just to lay down the basics so you can understand my point of view. I live in New York City, so I went to the campus that is here in New York City. And I had never touched code before in my life. Now, number one, I will never suggest anyone who was brand new to coding to go to a accelerated program like I did. Please make something. That is the number one. You know, they push these programs like, oh, a beginner could do it. If I could do it, you can do it. I will not push that on an older person that has their life established already. Make something before you go into a software engineering boot camp or a coding boot camp. Now, the reason why I think there is a big difference between a software engineering immersive and a coding boot camp is because I think the software engineering had more of a computer science to it, whereas coding boot camps, when I look at their syllabus, it looks like they teach you literally how to just code and not how to be an actual engineer and make things. Both are teaching you how to make things, but you know what I mean? Like, there's a computer science aspect to the software engineering, whereas coding is just like, okay, here's an H1 tag and this is how you do this, and it's very technical, whereas a software engineer teaches you how to solve problems. Okay, how do you build this game? How do you build this app? Whereas coding is just like, okay, this part goes here and this part goes there, boom, you have something. I don't know if that's making any sense, but there was a difference, and I thought I was going to more of a coding boot camp because I thought they were very interchangeable, and they're not. A software engineering immersive and coding boot camp, two totally different things to me. So my first advice is, number one, just make something. Get into some type of code editing software and make something. I'm going to link a boot camp that I found online that helped me a lot because I felt like I was already behind because I didn't know how to code. So I'm going to link that down below, and it helped me a whole lot. I did some of it, and then I did a lot of it in conjunction with the software engineering class because I was so lost. But I made it. My class started out with, I think, about 32 people, and we graduated 20 or 19, I'm not sure. But a lot of people left, and a lot of that has to do with the pandemic. I'm in New York, and we did not sign up to be remote. A lot of us signed up to be in class, and we had to go remote, and that brings on a whole nother set of issues. So a lot of people just really couldn't stick to being remote and learning with all of this stress of a pandemic, and you have families, people that have families. It was just a lot. So my situation is very unique. because normally people go to a coding boot camp, they either go remote or they go in course, and that's just that. For us, we had started in course on campus, and we were forced to go remote. So it became 100 times harder to learn all of that stuff, because now we're remote, learning virtually, with our teachers talking to us and not being able to come over and look over our shoulder at our computer and say, oh, you missed a period, you missed a semicolon, or just to have that comfort. So I can't really say, this is the hardest thing ever, because it was remote, and maybe if we stayed in house, it wouldn't have been so hard. But overall, I do feel like I learned a lot, even though I came in not knowing how to code already. I just had to get with the program. Either you were going to get with it or get left behind. And I just can't afford to do that as a mother. I cannot. I have a child to take care of. So I had to learn. Would I recommend it overall? Yes, I would. It is a very hefty price tag. It is around $16,000. I went to General Assembly in New York City. Absolutely loved all of the instructors. I do feel like the pace was way too fast for me. But overall, your instructors are there to help you. When you get in there, you're going to feel very intimidated, because a lot of people did the prep work. Like, they know how to code already. They're here now to learn how to engineer and develop things. Whereas me, I was behind. I didn't know how to code. Now, in order to get in, you do have to build like some type of project in order to get in. And you do have pre-work. Thank goodness for that. Because if I did not have the pre-work and was not forced to build something before entering the program, I would have been lost. I would have definitely not been able to do this. But because it kind of forces you to even be accepted and build something and have an interview to discuss your code, you have some type of idea of what this program is going to be like, even though it still doesn't prepare you fully, but you have some type of idea. Would I do a coding boot camp ever again in my life at this age? Hell no. No. But I don't regret my decision. But there were times where I felt like, this isn't for me. I'm not going to be able to do this. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm talking about. To give you some type of context, I didn't know what an algorithm was. We hear about YouTube algorithm. Instagram changed their algorithms. You hear it in passing. But to actually go in and solve an algorithm, I never heard of that. So that just lets you know, like, the type of how much of a beginner I was. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of people that were changing careers and were new to coding. It's just that they were able to grasp the material easier than I was. My background is healthcare management for 13 years in the United States Air Force. I didn't touch any code. Like, that's not what we did. I touched patients, administrative work, and hospital processes and procedures. Okay, so yeah, and then on top of that, I was sewing when I moved to New York City, and that's how I got into it. Is because when I was sewing, I had to make my own website, and I ended up in the control panel with all of the code on my hosting site, and I was like, what's that? And then when I made my first e-commerce site, I just slowly became intrigued. And then I made a website for a nonprofit organization in New York. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should get into this. It seems really like something I'm able to do. Girl, let me tell you something. It's nothing like building your own website from WordPress. You are literally learning how to make a website or some type of software or program from scratch. You have no help. You have a blank text editor and you put in all of the information. So a lot of people are getting hung up in the marketing of it all, because the marketing is beginners can come and learn how to code, or you want a career switch, come over to us. And I don't want you to get hung up in that. It's hard. Go ahead and learn something on your own before you dump $16,000 or $20,000 into something and you just come out even more confused, or you drop out and you lost your money. So I just wanted to bring some type of perspective from a woman that is it had a career previously before this, and is switching careers, and is a mother, that's been in the world. Now, if you're 19, you haven't really worked anywhere, you're in college and you just decided to learn how to code while you're in college, your brain is just different. But when you're set in your ways, this is going to be a challenge, and you're going to think and use your brain in ways that you have never done before, ever. I am so grateful for the experience, and I'm honestly, it's life-changing for me, truly life-changing, but it was hard. I am not going to be like, if I can do it, you can do it. Y'all, I almost couldn't do it. It's hard. But yeah, I graduated. If you all want me to go into like a real specific, detailed video, I can, and I definitely can. It might be a little lengthy and long, but I don't mind doing that. But I just wanted to come on and just chat with you all and let you all know I made it. I graduated on Monday. I did a final project. I kept my fashion and tech mixed together, because that is why I ultimately went to this software engineering program, is because I wanted to learn how to build my business more geared towards tech. Yeah, I like to sew, but I don't want to be in a building all day just sewing. I want to do more with tech and sewing. So that's what I went for. I do wish to be hired by a company just so I can see what it's like to be working in the tech industry. But if not, I am going to, I'm not even going to say that. I am going to be hired by a company, because I want that experience. This is all new to me. I want to know what it's like to work in tech. But that was the ultimate reason why I went, is because I would like for my company to have more of an online presence. And it's just so ironic that the whole world ended up going online anyway. So it's just crazy how things work out. I still have my location in Midtown where I sew out of, but things have changed. I'm in New York City. It's totally different here now. Things have really changed from when I started the program in February to May. Everything's different. So I'm grateful. Everything worked. It worked out perfect. I do not feel like I am limited by any means because of the pandemic, but I do feel like a lot has changed. Just leave it at that. We all know what's going on. But if you're thinking of going to a software engineering boot camp, my number one suggestion is to get ready for it. Do not come in there without any type of coding experience, and be prepared to learn how to be an engineer and developer. It's not teaching you how to code. That's if you decide to go to a software engineering boot camp. I just want you to know that there's a difference. Now, if you want to go to a coding one, I highly suggest you learn how to do that for free online. You can learn how to code anywhere. You do not need to pay $16,000 to go learn how to code. I'm going to link something below. So there's a difference, But yeah, just wanted to come on with a quick update. I will be home now, and I buried myself in my room for 3 months straight, so I feel like I can come out of my shell now and do more videos. So I just wanted to talk to you all. If you have any questions, I'm happy to talk. I got all the time now. I just got to make my portfolio. But yeah, so I guess I will talk to you all later. Ciao.